What's up, guys? This is Nate here. Just want to talk some hoops with you guys. I mean, not really gonna edit much with these videos, but just want to get my opinions off, man. Get my takes off. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about today the fucking Dallas Mavericks. All right. Now they do happen to be my favorite team in the league, so you can take this with a grain of salt. But I think overall, this year they have looked the most solid that they have in quite a while. We started the season 0-4 and then kind of went from there. But, I mean, if you think about it, to be honest with you, after missing the playoffs last year, it really put a sour taste in a lot of Mavericks fans' mouth. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But at the same time, like, I feel like missing the playoffs really put some motivation behind the beginning of this year. We do have the additions of Derek Lively and Grant Williams, who have been tremendous in overall defense, allowing us to run more options in the pick and roll, and overall just more offensive versatility. Because the last few seasons, well, ever since Luca really became the guy in Dallas, I mean, it's pretty much just been Luca ball. Pick and roll. You know, maybe dish to the corner, but my offer ISO for 20 seconds. Overall, I just think that there have been a lot of changes made to the overall, what I'm saying, offense itself. And I think that that also translates to our defense because we have been much more willing to cooperate on defense. And Luca, even though he's not the most talented defender ever, of course, he shows a lot more effort on defense than he has in quite a few seasons overall. I just think that he's always had the size to be a decent defender, but now that he's actually putting that into use, it means a lot for the overall defensive scheme for this team. For instance, by him being the star player and the player that's going to get most of all the touches on offense to even show effort on defense, effort is really what constitutes us playing good defense. And I think that the vertical aspect of Derek Lively's game and the long wingspan, height overall, verticality, gives us more of a presence in the paint as far as defense goes. We do have a lot of work to do on the perimeter defense side of things, but I think that overall, you know, I just think that the vertical presence of Derek Lively and the more, I would guess, aggressive defensive structure from Grant Williams as well has given the Mavericks more options on that side of the ball. And that paired with the secondary ball handling abilities of Kyrie Irving. I mean, just the fact that he is a lethal 3-point shooter and mid range shooter. 50-49 in the club for a reason. And he has probably the best handles of all time for, you know, on the ball, of course. And that paired with Luka Doncic, who, I mean, just offensively, he is probably the second best player in the whole entire league behind Nikola Jokic. And that says a lot because that means the Mavericks have two guys who are, Luka Doncic is for sure top five. I mean, maybe even top three. But Kyrie being a top 15 to top 20 guy on a given night, you know, does really allow the Mavericks to have a lot more options as far as that goes. And the ability that Luka and Kyrie have will, translate to other players on the team. For instance, Derek Jones Jr. He has been going crazy this season for his you know, usual self, and that just shows that the Mavericks can truly cooperate as a team and be more focused on team basketball rather than isolation basketball primarily. And, you know, I think the Mavericks, if they continue this pace that they're going on, could probably be anywhere from a 40 to 45 win team, maybe even a 50-win team if the schedule goes right, But it just gives them more clarity as far as what their structure are. And I am 21 years old, so If you do want to drink along with this, feel free to. This is gonna be just me basically, you know, going over some basketball opinions that I have. No really structure to the videos, so if you guys like the content, man, I mean, feel free to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel because we're just starting out. This is the first episode, so I kind of wanted to just give you guys a gist of what the content's gonna be like. I mean, we'll see how consistent I can be with this, but I really just want to have a platform where I can express my opinions about the game, you know, because I do feel like NBA is heading in a positive direction overall. And it can be kind of hard to see that because, LeBron's in his 21st season, which is fucking insane. KD is in year 17, 18. Curry's in year 16, 17. And all of our stars are aging. Even Jokic and Embiid are upper 20s, low 30s. So taking that into account, it's very important to, you know, focus on the stars in the league now and not so much on the stars from in the past, if that makes any sense. For instance, Carmelo Anthony, he was a very talented player in his prime. But, as time goes on, his game didn't really age well. And, that can kind of go against you as the NBA progresses forward with their strategies and tactics overall. I think the biggest difference in today's game as opposed to, times beforehand is the switching on defense. And, I watched a video recently from Thinking Basketball who went deeper into this, but essentially what he was saying is that instead of playing more man to man, pack paint defense, modern defenses are catered to guarding three, prioritizing the 3 point line and letting layups and dunks go. They're more willing to give up a dunk or layup as opposed to a 3 pointer. And that outside in kind of defense can be very effective. But when you have an offensive player like Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, I mean, it can kind of be tough because they're really good. Well, they're very efficient players from outside in. Luka might not be the most talented 3 point shooter, but this year he's shooting like 37, 38% from three overall. He started the season on a fucking crazy tear. He was like 44, 45% from three or some shit like that. And I mean, of course, that's not sustainable by any means. You know, I'd probably predict the season to probably finish around the 37, 38% mark at this rate. We'll see how it goes. But I just think over this video, I kind of just wanted to get on here and more or less introduce myself and let you know how the videos are probably going to be from now on. You know, and I could probably go on here all night and spiel about the Mavericks, about all the teams in the NBA. But as these videos go on, I'm gonna get more of a schedule going and really focus on what I want to talk about. Because it's so hard nowadays to find people that will just sit with you all day and talk about basketball. And especially where I am right now, in like the middle of fucking nowhere, pretty much. I don't have anybody really that I work with on a daily basis or who I talk to that studies the game as much as I do. And I mean, I'm not no fucking legend of winning or nothing like that shit. But I do keep up with the game quite a bit more than I probably should, to be honest. But let me know what y'all think, man. I just wanted to kind of get my first video out there and see how far we can take this shit. So if you like the video, then go ahead and drop a like down below. Subscribe for future videos, and I'll catch y'all guys in the next one, man. Peace.